Everything's
Bob
Bob.
is your uncle.
As I said, what I want to talk about on the show was trying to be true to a character backstory.
With that said, we're live. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
In a few weeks, Matt on Let's Talk Lore, but first roll high and subscribe.
Yeah. Let's get right into the roll for recap. Last time it was a lot of exploration, so I've got some notes from last time, but I don't quite remember what I put.
All right. High because we're in the sky.
High because we're in the sky. Yes, I got a 20. Nat 20.
Got a 12.
Probably ruined everything.
I got a 19.
A 3.
Oh, Booter.
It's always when I least want to do the recap that I roll the recap.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Booter, I'm giving you a cool point right now for still doing the recap. Even though you don't want to.
We arrived at Tuskington Port, which is where you guys had last left off. We repaired the ship and recruited some crew. The Cloud Patrol has a bunch of rules that you have to obey. Luckily, we didn't run afoul of any of them. And while recruiting people, we found that there's something called the Ceremony of the Pale Skull at noon every day at the temple. So we went to the temple. We got hints that the skull is found in the king's tomb, wherever that is. We recruited D-Knot, Futon, Drolt to work on the ship. And then Trine Can, Floor Drop, Michael Foot, and Green Toe Longtail. So we recruited 7 people. They're going to meet us at the ship tomorrow morning. We also went to the smith and got an axe for Turgan and got myself a shield. And then we went to the ceremony where Turgan starts, having an episode, basically. And, when the ceremony was over, his episode kind of ended. But Turgan definitely feels like something important is going on related to, this white skull and sort of this thing that these people are worshiping. And then we went to the temple, and then inside we found a large labyrinth. And that is where we are at with the recap.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Anyone want to add anything? Let me see. Let's check out my notes here. Crew. Got that. That's my note for the crew. You guys had a party at the bar. There was a symbol of the sky last time when you were walking up. Remember you did the pale skull ritual? Every day at noon they do this weird ritual. All the Loxodon and whoever else wants to join come down and do a ritual, and it extended you guys that glowing bridge to the temple in the sky. And we left off when you guys... Oh, yeah. Remember the old lady that you guys also were trying to get to join the Ebenezer. You were trying
with
to
our
get
pamphlets
to join your crew. She was taken hostage. Not hostage, but she had littered. So you know that littering is a big rule in the Sky Kingdom for whatever reason.
we know one other rule too, but I'll let Matt figure that out for himself.
What's that rule?
The feather.
Oh, yeah. And something happens when the feather falls. Yeah, and so you guys were walking towards the temple. As you guys get towards the temple, there is one... You guys are walking towards it, up into it. There is one Loxodon standing there. And he says to you, "Oh, welcome, followers. Thank you for your donations." Because I believe that during the ritual, they were handing around a little hat or whatever, a basket.
Stag paid for us to cross
Yeah.
the bridge.
Thank you. Welcome to the Pale Skull Chapel.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
What brings you here?
The Pale Skull. Is where might the Pale Skull be here in this temple?
Well, the Pale Skull is a mischievous item, just like all the skulls. But the one we have here is about love. The White Skull, symbology of love. This temple was built by the Loxodon and the Tuscaton Island to celebrate the love found in the skull and the powers it may have. Rumor has that the skull was once here, but also rumors are that the real path to the skull can be found from within, in the history and the knowledge contained within this temple. Passerbyers, anyone who wants to research the skull for years, has come by in hopes of finding it. But be very careful when you are inside, for the temple itself does change.
Okay.
It's able to sense the love within you.
Interesting. He'll turn, look at the rest of the group. It's good to know. I am one who studies the skulls. Many of the other color skulls, I'm sure you're aware of. Is there anyone here at the temple who does more research into them that I might be able to speak to? About their properties, the power contained within?
You would be searching for, and the best solution I would recommend if you were trying to find the answers to questions and riddles about the White Skull. And he sort of, excuse me, as his tusk and trunk flail around a little bit. Search for the high priest known as Beda Web.
High priest?
He is the Loxodon High Priest of Tuscaton.
And where might we find this high priest, Beda Webhook?
Well, we've found him inside. He's located inside the temple at certain times.
Oh.
He's also meandering around the village, spreading the word of the White Skull to fellow followers. You see,
is there some way to recognize him when we do see him?
It will be quite obvious. He wears.
Okay.
See, the high priests, they wear the White Skull on their head. You should be able to identify him with that. His white cloak, and he'll be carrying around a staff with the White Skull on it. It will be glowing beautifully. The doors of the temple sort of give off a warm feeling, sort of light up in the creases of the doors.
So the temple can sense us. So be in control of your emotion. Okay. I'm looking at you, Booterbot. I know robots can get a little emotional at times.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So are you guys are entering, I would imagine?
Yep. We'll enter.
As you push this door open and walk through, the background sort of fades into the distance. You walk through a long hallway, and as you get in, it feels a little bit warmer and warmer. And the ground is made out of marble, so you can hear your footsteps. And as you get in, you notice that from the outside, this building was a sort of a thin, cylindrical mass. Obviously, it was a floating temple. But when you get inside, it takes on this huge cathedral-like build. And something is definitely not off, but you guys could, with your passive perceptions, you can definitely tell that there's definitely a high energy of magic going on in this temple. It's not right,
It's magic.
obviously. Yeah. Before we go in, is there anything that you guys would like to talk to one another to do? You guys are walking. You guys have about five. I would say like a couple minutes of time to get yourself oriented. There are no people that you see just yet, so it is, again, it has a warm radiance to it.
I'm gonna have to follow your guys' lead, so if there's anything you want to prep right now, I'll take your lead.
I think I'm good for spells. For prepping. I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
just
I
did
have
a long
anything
rest.
prep.
Like, I should be fine.
Actually, no, we didn't have time. Never mind. It was only about like a minute or two. Well, I was seeing if we had 10 minutes.
What are you trying
Probably
to do?
not. Trying to do a inspiring leader speech. As as we're walking in, Stag will go to Bob. I'm glad you're here. All these temples, they can do things to your mind. This power contained within these skulls is strong magic that's unnatural. I've had this one on me and been hesitant to go through the ritual because it's not always positive when I look into it. It's a balance. It's always the good and the bad. So as we go into this temple, it's going to play on our emotions, I believe. So allow those emotions to swing. To not always be bad, because you know there's some good there. Don't get caught in the good, because there might be something coming up behind.
Was that supposed to be inspiring, or what is that? What was that? Okay, so what is inspiring?
I'm feeling very inspired.
What about is your robot feeling like animated because of that speech, that short brief speech?
I don't know. It seemed like exactly the kind of speech that would make a robot excited.
That's hilarious.
Just logistics and the tactical advice.
You both and anyone else who's with us gains 17 temporary hit points.
Oh, hell yeah.
This marble hallway feels suffocating as you walk down. It opens up into a larger room. The air is heavy with incense that smell faintly of roses and iron. 10 statues you can see as you get in. Armored figures line the hall.
Okay.
Do we see anything else in the room?
Give me
Hey, you want to turn one of these into your personal magic carpet again?
How big are they?
They are enormous. So I would say if you're 6 foot, they're probably close to 50 feet.
This might be a little bit too big for me.
We believe in you, though.
Perception, you said?
Yeah, give me a perception.
It's a 9.
You notice that the statues are all very similar, and they seem to be holding something in their hands.
Ooter, what's that? I'll point out the stuff in the hands.
I don't know.
Can you go take a look at it?
I
Got those boots, right?
Yeah, sure. So I'll start flying, and then I'll investigate, which I got a nat 20 on, so tell me everything.
There are chains in the hands of these statues.
That's what a nat 20 gives me?
Yeah, I'm going to give you more. The chains tremble faintly as you walk by. I guess you're just walking by looking at one of them. As you walk by, the chains tremble faintly. You hear soft sobbing sounds coming from the statues, muffled by stone. Inscribed at the base of each of the statues are the words, "Love binds even through pain." And what is your native tongue?
Like common, and I know some in Gnomish.
Yeah, it's in Gnomish.
Okay.
And at the far
Okay.
end of the room, the nat 20, you can see that there's a mural with a crack down the middle of it, and light shooting from within the crack. And the mural, as you look at it, resembles that of a door. Mural drawn on 2 doors. The 2 doors on the mural has 2 lovers, one on each side, trying to reach each other with a crack in the middle, as though their union was violently broken. That's your nat 20.
Sweet. Well, yeah, sure seems like these statues could come alive. How many statues did you say there are?
10.
10. That feels like a lot. guys. I feel like we could probably get through this room as quickly as
It's
we
not a
can.
small amount of statues.
Is there a chain in each hand?
Yes, sir.
About how much chain does it look like?
They're large statues holding.
I'm
chains.
gonna push forward 1 or 2 paces ahead of everyone else, and I'm just gonna plant my Warhammer of Warning in the ground. I'm just gonna see if I sense any danger up ahead. Within 30 feet.
What is it?
It's my Warhammer of Warning. It senses danger within 30 feet of where I am, so we can't be surprised.
Okay.
We're not too surprised, I imagine. More likely.
You're 30 feet in? Are you like in the center of the room? So what are you trying to do with this? What does this war hammer do?
It warns me of danger while it's on me. And I would have advantage on an initiative roll. And within 30 feet, we can't be surprised. So it's not like it tells me what's happening.
Within 30 feet of you, essentially.
Correct. Yeah. So like a 30-foot radius of me. So I'm not trying to like figure out what's going on necessarily. I'm just trying to see as we creep forward, like Booter said, just make sure should someone try to attack us from the shadows or one of these statues comes alive, we were at least knowing it was happening.
Okay. So you would not be surprised by the attack. So you get advantage.
I would get advantage on initiative, essentially.
Okay. You don't sense anything.
The exact language is this magic weapon warns
30
you of
feet,
danger.
Your 30 feet of warning, is that 30 feet? Yeah, it's 30 feet radius, right?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, so no, you don't.
It's like a little circle.
Anything. You don't sense
All
anything.
right. I tell everyone I don't sense anything.
You are not you're not close enough, let's say, for that. But you do put it down. You don't feel anything talking to you. There is an eerie feel to the room. It is, again, it's warm though. And the words, love binds even through pain, sort of makes you feel like odd. Stag, what are you doing? You're muted, Chris.
Does there look like there is enough chain in these first 2 statues where if I would stretch a chain together they might touch?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Booter, can you hold on? And he'll strum his lute and cast fly. Use 1 charge from his DOS lute and cast fly on himself. Bootarbot, can you grab the chain from that statue? I'll grab it from this one and meet in the middle. I have an idea.
Sure.
I'll fly up into the air, get the chain, and when we meet, I'll attempt to mend the chain together so that the 2 statues are connected through the chain.
Are you holding onto the chain? Try to touch it?
Yeah, I'd be holding the chain and try and push them together and try and like bend them or almost like weld them together.
Give me a dex save. 13. A chain, as you try to grab the chain, the statue animates and it whips at you.
A 12.
Wait. I'm gonna do Flash of Genius. Now it's at 16.
You avoid the chain, but there's a feeling of hollowness, as if they rejected affection. You feel like you dodged something, but it wasn't quite necessarily bad that you dodged it.
Probably would have hurt. Oh shit, these things are alive. Careful, Booter. Careful, Bob. Sprock. Turgan.
One of the Booterbot, what did you do exactly?
What do you mean?
He
sent out what was the action that you did?
The Flash of Genius?
Yeah.
That was his ability to help
It's
me
an
on the
artificer
save.
ability.
Oh, you help.
Yeah.
With the one statue right next to you, it drops the chain and kneels.
Next to me?
I think this guy might think you're his god.
Cool.
Stag will have an idea.
Get some of these other ones to kneel before you.
Bob, come to me for a moment, and I will, as Bob gets closer, I will cast guidance on Bob. Maybe this help you in figuring out these statues. Does the one next to us change in any way?
The one next to you drops his chain and kneels.
You are also a god, Bob.
Oh,
I mean,
I
I don't
start
know.
walking over to the statue.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be related to the fact that I'm Warforged. It seems to be just any of us. But why are they kneeling?
Okay, so
Alright, well,
I'm going to look at Booter, and I'm going to walk up to him. I'm going to say, you go over to this other statue next to you, for you are a robotic god. And I touch his shoulder, and I cast guidance on him.
This next statue kneels.
Alright, so I walk over to another statue that's still not kneeling, and I tell Stag to come over to me. And then when he comes over to me, I will use the mending cantrip on him.
Are you injured or you have full health?
No, but my cloak's a little tattered, and as you mend it, just
Yeah,
patches it
mending
back
is
up.
repair a single break or tear in an object you touch.
Oh, thank you. I've been meaning to get
Booter
this
bot,
repaired for.
As you come over to
months.
the statue, give me a dex save. The statue, whip statue.
Okay. 16, baby.
You feel as though you missed a little bit of love and affection as this thing whips by you so warmly and gracefully. As you turn and heal Chris's jacket or coat,
Yeah.
it kneels.
I'm going to turn to Chris, and I'm going to we'll go a little meta on this one, but I'm going to cast. I never can pronounce this word. Thaumaturgy. Chris, keep me
Yeah.
honest. Is that close enough? Thaumaturgy.
Pretty good.
And I'm gonna alter my eyes to the appearance of Chris's love, which I don't know that this is happening as Bob, but turns into Ignis's eyes. And I stare at him and I say, go to the statue and show it your love.
Stag is going to walk over towards the statue and druid craft Ignis's. I'm going to create 2 Marlboro Red cigarettes with my performance of creation and place one down in front of the statue and start smoking the other one.
That's hilarious. What was the action that you chose?
I altered my eyes into the love of Chris's life.
Okay. Turns. And kneels. And the chain is released.
I'll pick up the Marlboro Red next to me. She wouldn't want this to go to waste. Hey, Bob. And I'll press the digitation, light it, and then toss it over to you.
Oh, I definitely start smoking it right away.
I thought you were a priest, man.
Bob,
I'm not a priest. I'm a cleric. There's a big difference.
Bob, give me a.
And also, do you know any priests? They basically all smoke.
Give me a Constitution save, Bob, as you inhale this cigarette.
Oh no. 24.
Ooh. You're able to not cough and not show any signs of weakness as you smoke this Marlboro.
Oh, wait, can I roll a charisma check for how cool I look?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Oh, 13. So only kind of cool.
Yeah, only a little bit. This next statue kneels as you are giving as you're giving, not taking, Chris.
Mm.
The hallway seems to be growing warmer as you guys move on down it. The statues, there are 6 statues that are kneeling, and there are 4 more, and the mural starts to come up and get more detailed. And as you guys go your passive perceptions, you can see that it is 2 Loxodons trying to hold hands.
Mm. I say we keep up our same plan.
Booter.
Yeah, what do you got, Booter? I have a few things, but I feel like if we're at full health, I don't know. I don't want to repeat things.
Yeah.
and I don't want to do something that doesn't have any actual effect. Because I think that's what got Booter.
So you're on to me, Matt.
I have
You're
an
on-
idea.
You're on to me.
I don't really have any more buffs. Like I have heal.
I mean, I have so many. I have buffs, but I don't know.
So, Booter, do you trust me?
Like, yeah, I would say
Okay.
roughly yes.
So you know how they swipe out at you when you get close to them? So when you get close to it, I'm gonna do this, and I will attempt to try and shove you 5 feet away from me.
Sure.
You make a strength saving throw.
All right.
I'm gonna move you guys closer to the next one. So
I roll a
Stag,
2. I think that did not go well.
You feel like a force push you 5 feet away. So as you get close, I can push you away from the attack.
all right. So the attack comes. You rolled your dex save for a 2.
No, that was
Booter?
for me pushing him. It was just a test.
Okay.
I got you. As you walk up, I'll push you out of the way. And you can choose to fail if you know it's coming.
Okay, well, sure, I'll choose. I mean, you want me to get pushed, right?
Yeah,
So-
I'm thinking you.
You're trying to see what happens? I mean, we're not
Yeah.
in initiative. We can just talk.
Trying to
Alright,
see
shit.
if me shoving you out of the way of the attack is enough of a help for the statue.
So do you want me to trigger the statue and? Oh no, because
Or
then it'll attack me.
Whoever wants
Yeah.
to trigger the statue, I'll push you out of the way of the attack.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it. I have a ton of health.
Okay. All right. Whenever you're ready, and now I'll have my hand up, ready to push him out of the way as soon as I see the chain move.
Yep. All right, I'm ready.
The chain comes. You get close enough. It starts to whip down at you.
I shove him 5 feet out of the
Yeah,
way.
I failed my dex save, and then yeah.
Nothing happens. The statue recoils.
Oh, maybe not that. But I'm curious to hear your idea, and I'll give Booter a bardic inspiration.
Cool.
And the bardic inspiration gives you
A bonus of a D10 to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw in the next 10 minutes
and you're giving that.
to Booter.
Oh fuck, Matt.
Yeah.
Got it.
Booter just took a shot for me.
What are you guys planning on doing?
I'm going to just start blasting hearts into the air in front of one of these guys. Just shooting hearts, shooting images of hearts. I'm dancing and I'm just having a good time in front of one of these statues.
Matt, give me a dex save. The chain comes down and tries to whap you. Whatcha! With your hearts.
18. I was ready for it.
18. You jump out of the way and avoid.
And I say while I'm jumping, I'm shooting more hearts at it. And I'm saying, your hate has no place here. It's love only. And I keep shooting hearts at it.
A miner losing a 5-foot heart above Bob's
Yeah,
head.
exactly.
A pang.
Oh, perfect.
A pang of regret for avoiding the embrace you feel.
Oh, okay. In that case, I say, now I understand. And I kick the chain lightly. And I stand there like I'm at the end of Platoon. And I just let the chain come for me.
The chain whips at you. What's up? And it hits. And you are going to take some damage. Where are my D10s? Come on, baby. There we go. You take 13 bludgeoning damage. As this chain hits you, it deals you 14 bludgeoning damage. However, you feel this warm, protective feeling around you as you take that hit. Oh! And as your body sorts of regenerate itself from taking that hit, you feel a little stronger. Your AC has gone up by 1.
Forever?
And you have advantage versus fear.
For 3 days?
The statue kneels.
Let's go check out this next one.
given that we had 17 temporary hit points, guys, that was pretty worth it. So maybe we should all take a nice
Take-
little whipping.
Take one
Well,
for
some
the
of
team.
these were love. We don't know if the rest of these are going to be whipping. They might want something else.
It's possible.
But-
Anything's possible.
You could go take one. We at least need to test one more to see if that's the key to the rest.
Agreed.
And I turn to my colleagues and I'm like, take the hit. That was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. I feel so strong and so powerful and so loved right now.
Okay, I'll do it. Stag walks over. Oh, and walks up to the statue. I'll take whatever you'll give. Unconditionally. And I'll kick the chain.
Give me a deck save. No?
I'm gonna
You're just gonna
choose
take it.
to fail.
Wow. 19 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
Your AC goes up. You have advantage against fear. However, it begins to animate, but it does not kneel. It begins to bring back its chain and walk towards you. Everyone's going to give me initiative.
Initiative?
hmm
oh
11.
22.
15.
Matt, what'd you get?
22.
Wow.
Do I also get the advantage on fear?
Yep.
For our same number of days?
I'm going to explain that in 1 second.
Oh, okay.
What did you get, Stag?
15.
15. All right, so Matt, Stag, statue, Booter. As this statue comes up, Chris, Booter, you're going to give me a quick religion check.
All right, rolled a 6.
You're like, whoa, this is weird. Matt, give me a insight check. You realize with Booterbot, as Booterbot's trying to stare and he's sort of saying, what is happening with the statue? I thought we did what we were supposed to do. You're going to say, whoa, Booterbot, don't think too hard about it. I think I convinced my friend to take some damage, and that might not have been what I should have done. The statue starts walking towards Chris. Matt, you're first. You're up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I mean, Stag. He said Chris, he threw me. That's my bad. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you fucked up.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on Stag. An
So-
apology. I thought that would work. The feeling I got was so euphoric. I just wanted you to experience it. And then
Oh.
Chris heals for 2d4.
Uh,
I mean, Stag heals for 2d4.
It is amazing. Thank you.
A different statue kneels. Stag, you're up.
Does this thing look like it's gonna hit me?
It's walking towards you.
Chain swirling.
Do you want to give me a perception check or a insight?
Insight?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's an 11.
It's definitely huge, it's definitely strong, and it definitely feels uncomfortable in the way that it's walking towards you. Imagine like Harry Potter scene where the statues come alive to protect the realm. It's like
Yeah.
if one of those is just animating walking towards you. That's how massive they are.
So are the ones who were kneeling, are those ones, like, are all the statues that are in the hallway with us still there, or is it that the ones that aren't kneeling are coming towards us? Or like,
It's
what's
just
the deal?
it's just the one at the end of the hallway that hit. There's only 2 left that are there's one that's not kneeling that you guys haven't touched yet. There's one that's animated, and the other ones in the room are knelt.
Okay.
Stag is going to run over to Booterbot, and I'm going to touch your shoulder and cast protection from good and evil on you. For my loot. And I'll strum my loot. Nothing can touch you now. That's all
Okay.
I got, sorry.
That's
Um,
cool.
The last statue will kneel, but the other one is still moving.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Who's after Chris? There's Stag, is it me?
It's you.
Alright, well, first I'll use my bonus action to do a Guardian Field. So I now have 13 temporary hit points. And then, how far away am I from this massive monster thing?
You are about 40 feet.
Can I see it clearly at this point, or not really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep, you're 40 feet away from it.
Does it look friendly?
Give me an insight check.
Insight? Oh. 18?
It does not look very friendly.
All right. I don't know what I expected, but that was probably about it. All right, well, I am going to do a lightning bolt right at him, right at this guy. We'll say it's a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
So cast that.
And does that just an automatic hit, right? Isn't it? There's no
Yeah, I can
saves.
save with a dex save at 17.
Oh boy.
Save for half.
Save for half.
Oh, I got a 2. That's not a nat 1. Statue
All right,
trips.
so 23 damage.
Boom! A big crack lands on the statue. The statue
Flying in the
moves
air.
closer to you. And it is going to try and take its chain out. This time the chain seems to be lit up in a flame. It lights up in the white glow. Think like a lightsaber-like thing, but it's a chain. And it's going to snap and try to hit Chris or Stag as hard as it can around through you. Are you using it as a... I guess it has to disengage from you, right, to do that. So it's going to...
I'm standing right next to Booter.
Yeah, so it's going to try to whip Chris. Chris, give me a dex save.
I'm also going to use Sentinel attack on him for that.
Okay. I got a 26 on that deck save.
This chain misses you, and you feel the same feeling of rejectedness, and it makes you feel as though contemplate your own life and perhaps how lonely you are.
Ouch.
Can I do my Sentinel attack?
Yeah.
Stag?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that'll be... I'm just going to use my melee weapon. Does the 6 hit?
No.
Okay.
But you have a bardic
Check
inspiration.
again.
Oh. I'll use the Bardic
That's a
Inspiration. Why not?
D10. Roll a D10.
Does a 9 hit?
No.
God damn it.
Matt, you're up.
Alright, I guess we're gonna fight this giant statue.
Bob is up. Sorry, I gotta remind myself not to do that.
I don't like what we're doing, but I see that everyone's attacking it. So I'll firebolt.
Okay.
15.
That does not hit.
15 doesn't hit either. Are you
Stag.
intending for us to be looking up at the bottom of your chin?
Stag,
okay.
you're up.
I'm looking at my screen, sorry.
But it's nice. It's I got him, guys. We got him. Took 100
We got 'em.
episodes, but we got
You
him.
guys hack me? Did you hack me?
Yeah. 100 episodes. Thank you.
Stag, you're up.
Stag is going to back away from this thing and give some space. And as he backs up, he's going to cast, or I'm going to bonus action. Bob, it's okay. You'll get him next time. Just stand up, feel your strength, and fight again. And give you a bardic inspiration. And then also cast Firebolt at this creature for a 23 to hit for 14 fire damage.
It erupts, tattered. Pieces of it start to fall apart. It's not looking so great. It is again going to walk over to Stag, and it's going to take its long radiant whip, and it's going to try to snap it at you. Give me a dex save, Stag.
Stag, you'd have to have moved out of Booter's range to get all the way to me. I'm all the way back here.
Booter, he's going to do that to you. Sorry, I messed up. He's going to do that to you. Give me a dex save.
How's 19?
You have a warm feeling of this chain just missing you, making you feel a lack of love. Booter, it's your turn.
I'm gonna attack him with my melee attack. So I'm gonna fly right at his face and just like slash at him.
Okay.
So first we'll do 17 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Cool. So it's gonna be 3d6 on top. So it's 5 plus 13 is 18. I'll swing the second time, and I got a 20, which I assume hits.
Yep.
And then that's another 21 damage. Man, this sword's nice.
The statue crumbles down, falls motionless on the ground. The room
As
is
I'm
quiet.
flying at it, I just like slice its head clean off as it's falling down.
The chain loses its aura, and the statue falls and crumbles to the ground. Booter, as you swing by, you notice the door and the mural again. The two elephants trying to hold hands, reaching for an embrace.
Are we trying to go through the door, or are we trying to close the door to reunite the elephants?
I think we have to reunite the elephants for the magic to work so we can go through.
That makes sense. All right. So yeah,
Well-
let's. What do you guys think? You seem
Uh,
hesitant all of a sudden.
Well, while we're discussing, Stag is going to animate the head of this statue that Booter chopped off.
Okay. I'm gonna
Like
shrink it.
Futurama style.
I'm gonna shrink it down.
Okay.
So I have
When you
the
started
statue
when you said pieces were falling off, got excited.
head. That's hilarious.
All right. Well, I think we might need to have him touch. That's what this whole temple's about, right?
Oh, perfect. Here. That's a head of a statue. I got it on here. So how are you gonna try to solve this puzzle here?
Are they able to be closed?
The
Are
door,
they not
the
touching
mural,
because they're open?
They're painted. It's like a wall. I guess it would be inside.
26.
Nat's insight. You know the halls of temples. You know the symbology murals from your past. I'm assuming that's correct, right? And you know that the image is sort of representative of what people do in life, that the temples and religions want followers to do. In this instance, it's embrace.
Okay, I'm going to go to Stag and Booter. I'm going to say, you got to trust me on this one. And I'm going to walk them over to the mural with their cooperation. And I'm going to say, what I need, I'm going to take 2 steps back. And I'm going to have you recreate the poses of the elephants as best we can in front of the mural.
I haven't had to do this form of artwork in years. Stag will start
you
levering
I'm gonna
up.
need you guys to strip.
Me, I don't know.
Oh, because you're a
Okay.
robot?
Well, yeah, and my charisma sucks.
Okay. All right. You know what? And your attention to detail will be finite.
Hold on, Booter. Here. And I'll give you another bardic inspiration, and I will cast guidance on you.
You guide us, Booter, and we will recreate the mural.
Yep.
Okay.
Stag will start recreating his side.
Yeah. Same for Bob.
And so you
And I
guys,
say-
and what are you doing?
We're trying to mimic whatever the photo of the mural is in real life.
And wow. Okay. And Booter's trying to tell you what to get closer.
Yeah,
or whatever?
Booter's like guiding us, like left leg up, like like a
All
game
right.
Yeah.
twister. Left leg up.
How
right
should I
leg
make
down.
Booter roll the? You know what, guys? Give me a group performance. This is probably the most
Okay.
amazing.
Booter, yeah, you have a D10. For that D10, you can roll it twice and pick whichever one you want to use.
All right. Well, I
Wait,
got.
can you
19
can you
anyway,
cast
so I
guidance
don't
on
need it.
yourself? I always forget.
Yes, you can.
Okay,
I
I
got
cast
a
guidance
19.
on myself before this.
So I'm very good at organizing you guys. Up a little left.
And you get a
natural 20! Oh!
Booter, you get a D4 as well from the guidance.
Well, I didn't need them. Can I
Matt?
use them, or do I have to use them?
Matt's body sort of
You have to use the guidance.
perfectly
All right. Well,
illustrates a voluptuous female Loxodon in every manner. The curvature, the badunk, the large dunk, the large tusks, and everything. Somehow it's like perfect.
I just got a 29.
Wow.
So
And Chris and he embrace and recreate, and I cannot imagine how you guys actually did and solved the perfect. This is exactly what you're supposed to have done. The doors open, the entire mural just swings open, and you get a feeling of love radiating warmth through you, almost so strong that it makes you feel, as it passes, regret and emptiness. I'm going to give everyone some extra points on that one, because that's like the door opens when two players hold hands, and it's like next to it. And that was just perfect. Well done. Well done. Cool points for
we
everyone.
like to go above and beyond.
Everyone gets 10 cool points.
I'm just really excited that we all rolled super high performance checks, so that worked perfectly. That was I really enjoyed that.
The door opens, and let me just save this group so I don't have
Bob, I'll remember that forever. As he stares into your eyes.
Oh God.
It's only your
Okay,
characters
sir.
that
Oh,
might-
I'm backing away, being like, okay, sir, no
That's
problem.
hilarious.
Good. Yeah.
It
Got the
opens
doors
up.
open.
It opens up into a large sort of garden feeling room. As you enter, there's no hallway. The doors open, and you are in front of passive perception. What's in front of you is a large chamber, and it's choked with these black roses everywhere, and broken marble benches next to each of these plants where you can sit. There's a silver basin that gleams in the center of the room, surrounded by what looks like to be similar, not as large, old, fainted colored looking statues. The ground is grass. When you look up, you can see the sky.
Could we recognize what kind of flowers these are?
Yeah, anything look familiar?
They are large, black, rose-looking flowers. You give me who would have? I guess it would be Stag, right? You're sort of in the. You've traveled.
Also, just I'm a scout. Like, I just generally been in a lot of biomes.
Okay, give me a. Would be animal handling.
Nature?
Yeah, give me a nature.
18.
You know these are large black roses, and they do have thorns on them. You know that they are not necessarily evil or anything. That's what you get. No, they just seem to be like a typical.
They may be dangerous fauna, but they're just normal fauna.
Yes.
Okay.
How high are they?
They look bigger than us.
They're stretched about 10 feet.
Okay. I'll hop on my statue head and fly above them towards that center area.
I got it. You're headed towards.
The center. The statues.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to ride?
I mean,
Bob?
I guess why not?
We'll hold out a hand, offering it to you to help guide you onto the head.
Yep.
I'll drag Bob over there with me.
Well, Boudre can fly already, right?
I believe so.
Mhm. Still flying.
What do we see on these statues? Or the fountain?
As you get closer to the center, there's a large circular. It almost looks like a large pond, and it's dried up. There's a little bit of liquid in the center of it, near the deepest portion of it. It doesn't look like what it looks like on our tabletop. It just looks like it's open. In the middle of it, there's a small pool of a red liquid. And it is surrounded by these black roses.
They're all around
looks
the edge.
is blood.
Give me a perception check. I guess there's only 3 of you.
Perception.
Who's flying on this thing? Matt is, right?
Oh, I rolled a
18. We all are, I think.
I got a 10. Matt and Stag are on there.
Bob, what'd you get on yours?
18.
Booterbot, you got a 6. You're like, wow, this room is full of flowers. Black flowers. That's so weird. Stag, you see that it smells, to you and Bob, it smells like blood. That metallic smell of blood. And iron nearby. And you see with your roll, Chris and Bob, you see etched around the basin. And Stag, what's your native tongue besides common?
Let me see. Primordial?
And then Bob, what's yours?
Just besides common, goblin.
So you see in Goblin, and Chris, you see in Primordial, the same exact script, but it's just written in the language that you have studied and know that makes you different from other people. The words love endures through loss. And with an 18, Bob, you see that each of these statues are sort of symbolic like saints, some sort of Loxodon like saints. They have in their hands, 2 of them in their hands, 1 of them on the floor, are fragments of a heart-shaped stone tablet.
Okay.
And you can see the language joy, loss, pain, and renewal on the tablets.
You said 2 are broken?
2 tablets, well, they're just broken. They're fragments, and 2 of them are on the ground in front of the statue, and 2 of them are just being held by the broken statue. It was pain, loss, joy, and renewal.
Should we do a human sacrifice? I'm just trying to think, like, joy,
Should I
loss,
pour-
pain, renewal.
Should I use some of the dragon's blood?
Good idea. Good idea.
It's very valuable, though.
I know that's a tough thing to get rid of.
It also won't necessarily solve anything.
If we pick up the tablet or touch one of the tablets, does anything happen?
How about I murder one of you and then bring you back to life?
How are you?
I'm just throwing that out there.
Well,
I'd rather not.
it looks heavier than 10 pounds, right?
Yeah, probably like a 45-pound weight.
Right, I'll land the statue next to it, and I'll attempt to try and lift this up, but I only have an 8th strength, so I'll fail miserably. And then a piece of the statue will reach over and try and pick it up and put it on its back for me. And then I'll just examine it on the statue.
So the one that you have, Chris, roll me a d4.
D4. Let's see.
Yours says the words renewal on it.
Does anything happen when I touch it or move it?
No.
This one, is this one on the ground or in the statue's hand?
The one that you picked up?
Yeah.
I will say you took it from the one in the hand.
And there doesn't look like there's any other pieces of this tablet around on the ground.
Well, they're all holding a piece of that.
So it looks like all of them come together.
You could say that. with
I'll
that.
fly next to another one and sort of hold them near each other. Bob, do you think like those 2 cracked lines line up? You think these might like fit together?
That's worth a shot.
All right. Help me with this one, and we'll take like that next one and try and put them next to each other.
Alright, I just sort of follow Stag's lead.
And when they're next to each other, I'll start to cast mending to see if I can like mend them back together.
Interesting. It mends together. The one
Sweet.
the other one that you picked up. Roll me a
Another D4.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
I'll cast Mending at the same time on the other one. Oh, but
picked
we're not
up-
holding it. Never mind.
You picked up one that says pain.
Let's get the others.
The next one you pick up was joy. And the last one is loss. So you've mended joy and loss, and you've mended pain and renewal.
We'll try and put them together, Bob. You get one
Mhm.
side, I'll get the other. Booter,
You
you want
got
to
it.
start from the middle?
Sure. You just tell me what to do.
Let's mend these together.
Mending
Mending
can't do it,
party.
so I can just do it.
Yep. Yay.
Now you have this large thing that's mended together, and as it mends together, you have this huge 135-pound block now in front of you with this mended together structure.
Maybe we put it in the blood.
Dragon blood?
No, the blood that's down there.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Maybe we
delicately
put in a
place
little
it.
of our own blood.
Well, let's see what happens first, and then maybe we need to
All right.
add some of our own.
Try the other one.
Also, drop the tablet slowly, gently into the pool of blood.
Give me a perception check.
And 11.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see a large character
Homer Simpson.
moving through the roses. And it says, "Love is betrayal." And it walks ever so slightly closer to you.
Maybe you're right. Gotta put some of our own blood first.
I'll take out a little dagger and I'll just, ceremonially slice my palm slightly and drip a few drops in just to see what happens.
Okay.
You're putting it into the you're going to cut your own hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut my own hand.
All right, you take piercing
Take
damage,
my blood!
and you put blood in, and nothing happens. This character is going to say to you, "The skull shows us truth, that love is only death in disguise." As he gets closer, you see that he's wrapped in, it's a dark night, wrapped in dark roses.
I sacrifice one of you guys and then immediately bring you back to life.
Well-
Isn't Sprock with us? Can we sacrifice Sprock and then bring him back to life? Feels like he'll see through that. I can also make a servant.
Stag is gonna poke his hand on one of the black roses.
Oh, I like that.
I'm just gonna poke my finger. Or whatever seems easiest on my hand
Okay.
to get some blood out.
Do you have any conditions right now?
I have the +1 AC advantage on Frighten. That's it.
You take 5 piercing damage as you jam your hand into this rose thorn.
Okay.
And you have a feeling of, and give me a constitution save.
Ooh, yeah, that's a 19.
You feel like you were, how do I describe this? You feel like you're fighting off something that isn't quite that bad. And so your hand, as you prick it, it hurts, it draws blood, and then almost like something was trying to heat up or warm your hand sort of dies away. This creature is going to come over and he's going to say, "The skull's truth will be found. Roll initiative."
24.
24 for Stag. Booter, what's your roll here?
Sorry. What am I rolling for again? I
Initiative.
apologize. Yeah, that's what I thought. 5.
Nice. All right. Since we've failed this puzzle, it's fight to the death. Stag, you're up. There's what looks like to you a dark knight in the back.
Okay.
It's going to say to you, "I tried to warn you. I tried to give you hints, but now it's time to die. Love is the truth." It will conquer all.
Okay. Stag will pull out his lute and start strumming a tune. Love is all there is, baby. Love is all there is. And I'll cast
Not
Dissonant
love is all
Whispers.
you need.
No. Stag doesn't know the Beatles.
We're gonna get DMCA'd, guys. Careful.
Yeah. Dissonant Whispers, a Wisdom save, DC 17. I am doing it at... Where is it? What levels? I'll do it at 2nd level.
On the death, the
The big guy.
okay. It was a wisdom.
But there's someone else here.
No, that's it.
Yeah, Wisdom, DC 17.
That is a fail.
Okay. 4d6.
Oh wait, he's got advantage on saving throws. Sorry,
Okay.
that's a 19. He saves.
Okay. And I will bonus action. I'll hop off of my statue onto the ground. And Bob, I guess you're still on it. Sorry. But my statue is going to race over next to the other creature that's rushed up to us. I can't get over there. And it's going to, for my bonus action, punch at that guy.
This Dark Knight.
Does a 21 hit that thing?
Well, how?
Far away is he?
He's like 30 feet.
Okay, my statue can fly 40 feet.
Okay,
Or if 30, it can fly 30 feet. So
That's
I'll
fine.
fly right up
next
to it.
Yeah.
And Bob is on it still. Sorry, Bob.
Yeah.
Um, 21 to hit
Yeah.
for 9 points of force damage.
Bob, you're up.
All right. I'm going to cast. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, I'm just looking for the right spell. I'm going to cast Dawn because we are in a Temple of Love. So I'm going to make a light shine down on the location I specify in range. So it's a 40-foot high cylinder of bright light,
Nice.
which is considered the sun. And when the cylinder appears, one, I'm bringing love and joy, but since this creature doesn't want to believe us, he has to make a Constitution saving throw, and if not, he takes 4d10 radiant damage
next to him.
on top of him.
Oh, sick. All right, I put a light out there. First animation.
Nice.
100th episode deserves animation. Yeah, Constitution save. Come on, baby. Nice. 22.
Yeah, no, that's a save. So he takes... Sorry, I should have rolled this first. 13 then, yeah.
Okay.
But that's active. That the
Yes.
light is still on him. And I
Okay.
can move it with him, bonus action.
He is going to take his longsword out, and he is going to attack the statue 3 times.
Okay.
And that is going to be plus 11. 14, 27, and 28. No, 26.
14 misses.
So two attacks.
2 hits.
So that's 7 plus 7. So 14 damage.
Okay.
14 slashing damage, and then plus 18 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
It's like 4d8s. I should just roll that. Sorry, I'm just reading the wrong fucking thing. Hold on.
Okay.
So that's 7 plus 10. So plus 4. So that's another 11 necrotic damage.
11 necrotic.
Yeah. So that's 25
Okay. Yep.
damage to the statue head.
Yep.
Okay, and that's his turn.
Alright, he's got to make that same Constitution saving throw, and I guess so does the statue head if he's right next to it.
That's a
con
10.
save.
Yeah.
He got a 10.
Okay, 10's a fail.
Statue
Is that a spell,
plus
Matt?
3.
Yeah, it's a spell.
So he has advantage on that.
Right.
That's an 18.
Oh, Just saves.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
a 12 for the statue.
Statue fails. Statue takes 22. The bad guy takes 11.
What spell was that?
Dawn.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna fly at this knight guy. Dark Knight. I don't know. And I'm going to say, prepare to meet the bane of your existence. And I'm going to attack him with my sword.
I'll give you 1 cool point for that. I like that.
I mean, definitely a cool point.
So I'll attack him with the sword. First does a 19 hit.
No, it does not.
That's very concerning. Well, I'll do my second attack, which is a 14, so that does not hit either. Okay.
Wait, so can I just say one thing? You flew directly next to him to melee attack him?
Yes.
You also now need to make a Constitution saving throw. You flew into a beam of light.
That's hilarious. But that's every at the beginning of your turn.
No. 'Cause at
Well,
the end
luckily
of
I
any
get plus
character-
9 to Constitution saving throw.
Can you
so-
move out after your attack?
I don't know. I don't know how far it was. But I would move out. Yeah, I would fly in, fly out, like do a little drive by.
If you can do that, that's probably a good idea.
So yeah, I will do that. And I will stand outside of the beam of light, I'll fly outside the beam of light, and that's my turn.
Okay. Stag, you're up.
Stag is looking for the right spell. Well, my bonus action is going to be my statue is going to punch at it and then step out of that beam because it does not want to die. The stag does not want it to die. Another 21 to hit
Yep.
for 15 points of force damage, max damage. And then I'll attempt to step away. You do get an opportunity attack. 1 opportunity attack.
Does a 14 hit
That
you?
misses.
Wow.
16 AC. That was my bonus action.
How much damage did you give him?
15 force damage.
Wow.
And my action, is there any rubble around or rocks or anything on the ground?
There's those tablets.
Okay. I'll look at one of the tablets or
Okay.
any like rock on the ground and I will strum my oh, actually no, it's the mirror. Yeah, I'll take out that fancy mirror I have and I'll start looking at myself a little bit. Actually, I need to make a roll before I can do anything with that. What is it, a D12? And 11. Okay, so I can actually cast a spell. So I look over and I see one of the tablets and I'll look and see myself and I'll start combing my hair. I look gorgeous. I look back at the tablet and the tablet floats up and shoots over to the creature. And he needs to make a dex save DC 17. Only love is real. Everything
fails.
else is illusion. Takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage. He will take 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Ah! And the stone that you hit him with was lost. Bob, you're up now. Is this something you just animated, or you just threw that at him?
I just threw it at him.
Okay.
I am going to keep concentration on my spell and cast... Can I cast a cantrip without breaking concentration, Chris? No,
Yeah.
right?
I
I can?
As long as you don't cast another
Yeah, I
concentration
don't.
spell.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
concentration.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm going to throw a firebolt at this guy while I keep concentration on the other one. So that's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that's 15 damage.
Okay. All right. He's gonna say, "Oh yeah, you think you could just smite me with your hate? Well, how about I show you what love really is?" And he's going to Hellfire Orb your ass. Death Knight hurls a magic ball of fire that explodes at a point it can see within 120 feet of it. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. So, Hooterbot, Bob, and Statue.
Okay. What
Huh,
save? Dex save.
Well,
Let's go.
I can give myself Flash of Genius. I got 16.
Plus 2.
That's a fail.
20 for me.
That passes.
Statue had a 17.
All right. 10d6. Twice. So, those of you who failed, a creature takes 10d6 fire damage and 10d6 necrotic damage on a fail.
What's the DC?
18.
Oh, okay. Thank you. The statue is unconscious.
43
Mobile.
fire damage
That's on
Oh,
the fail
boy.
or the save?
on a fail. So it's 43
Okay.
fire damage and 42 necrotic damage. Halved if you
Holy
pass.
So whatever,
So that's
42
going to
damage.
be
Well, as my
Uh,
bonus
yeah,
action, I'll
42.
use my defensive field. But ow.
That was his big boom. Chris, is that thing dead or prone?
It's a immobile statue.
So he's lost.
It's just a statue again.
That's his turn.
Okay, he's got to make a Constitution saving throw again.
And so do you,
Wow, and he failed.
Wait, why do I?
because you have took damage and you're concentrating on Dawn.
Oh, so I have to roll
If
to
you're
see if I can even keep it?
Yeah.
If you're concentrating on the spell and you take damage, the DC is half of the damage you took.
Okay, so I took 22, so I need to pass an 11, and what's
Yeah.
the save?
Constitution save.
Constitution.
Okay. Alright, 22 on that. So he has
Nice.
to... He still has to do it.
Yeah, he failed.
What did he roll?
He failed.
Okay.
He rolled an 8. I'm getting really bad luck with this roll. That's going to be the end of me.
Okay.
How much damage does he take on that? 11?
26.
Wow. Okay. Ah! Stag, you're up.
Can I cure wounds myself?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Alright, I'll use my 3rd level spell slot to cure wounds myself. For a total of 19. Hooray.
Posa.
And yeah, I might survive the next one of those.
If there is one. That's your turn?
Yep.
Stag, you're up.
Stag is going to cry as this statue rumbles a little bit. You bastard! And I'll firebolt him. Misses.
Yes.
Alright, that's my turn. I don't think I have a bonus action I want to use.
Matt, does the...
I will.
Sorry.
Matt, do you still have your Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, I still do.
You just. Okay. Well, bonus action, give Booter a Bardic Inspiration.
Cool.
And that's my turn.
Matt, does this thing
Or-
go... Does this thing stay where it is? Or does it travel with him?
I can move it at the end of my turn, so I've been moving it with him as my
Okay.
bonus action.
Okay.
But
your
it's a
turn.
pretty big cone also.
Yeah.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna firebolt him as well. Oh shit, I wish I chose something else. Okay, 14, I know that misses.
Yeah, that misses.
You can use your Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, I'm gonna use him. I don't even know if I... Isn't it just 1d4?
It's a D10.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration. I thought it was a d4. Nah, shit, 17.
No.
Can I double stuff up?
No. It's the statue's turn. So, but at the end of your turn, yeah, whatever. It'll travel.
Wait, no. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Booter at the, let's say, 3rd level. He's gonna get 23 hit points back.
Oh, sick. Thank you.
He is going to walk over to Matt, and he's going to attack you with his long sword.
3 times?
That's going to be 18,
That's a hit.
14,
That's a miss.
and 20.
Obviously a hit.
So you're going to take 4d8 necrotic. So that's 9 plus 13, 22 necrotic. And you're going to take 1d8 plus 5, 13. So 20 necrotic and 13 slashing.
And now he's next to me.
Yeah, he's right up on you.
So since I took damage, I took 33. Alright, so that spell is broken. Wait, what was the total? 33, right? Yeah, okay, I rolled a 16, so just under. So that spell is broken.
Oh, wait. It's 33 total, half of 33. Oh, 17.
Oh, are we rounding down? Now, we just said rounding down.
Yeah.
It's gone. Booter, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to...
What are you gonna do?
Working on it. When you did the Hellfire Orb, it was fire, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Fire and necrotic, I think.
Yes.
Alright, so I am going to cast a fire shield on myself. And then I am going to go over to stand next to Bob and basically stand in between the boss and Bob. So that I'm his shield.
Okay. You're gonna
And that is my turn.
come over and jump in right in front of Bob. Okay.
Good job, Mr. President.
Stag, you're up.
Stag, seeing everyone rush forward, Bob getting wailed. Stag is going to rush forward too, just close enough to be able to get within touch range of this creature. Don't stand so close to me. And I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on him. I'm going to use, it's a 17, but I'm going to use my Favored by the Gods ability, which I can, once for short rest, if I fail a attack roll, I can roll a 2d4 to add to it. Does a 20 hit this thing?
Yes, it does. If it
Fuck
meets it,
yes.
it beats it.
Alright, so that's 5th level Inflict Wounds, 7d10. Terrible roll, though. 43 necrotic damage. And my bonus action, I'm going to attempt to push it 5 feet away from me. It needs to make a strength saving throw. So,
22. I stand still.
and I don't think I have any other movement. That's my turn.
Bob, you're up.
Okay, I am pissed at this guy for swiping at me last time, and I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Okay.
And he is going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. So a 5 foot, so directly around him,
Okay.
40-foot high cylinder.
He's gonna
Beams from the world. And he's going to make a Constitution saving throw.
A Constitution?
Fair. Yeah, Constitution.
19.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Alright, well, in that case he takes fucking 12 damage, goddamn. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
And that is, I'm going to heal for 40.
He's going to turn over and look at Stag. And he is going to turn over and look at Booterbot, since you're right up on him. And he's going to cast Banishment. You can attempt to send one creature that you see within range to another plane of existence. The target,
On me?
Yep. The target must succeed on a Charisma saving throw or be banished.
No.
I have a spell save, which is my Charisma.
Which is your spell save, the number that Booter has to meet to beat.
But then it says a plus 10 to hit with the spell attack.
But that's if you have an attacking spell.
Oh, this is
For
not
like
that.
fire
So like a
bolts or
fire.
something.
Got it.
Alright, well, so what am I rolling? Charisma save?
Yep. You charismatic
Cool.
Warforged.
I got a 5. I'm banished.
Booter, you are banished to a plane of existence. This is going to be great. Your body fizzles away, and we will be coming back to you, unless he dies. And you wake up and you are surrounded in sort of this inferno-ish looking realm. Give me a perception check while you're there. You wake up, it's hot as hell. The room, there's no ground. The place
My
around
perception
you,
is a 13.
you see that it's almost like lava and heated up rocks all around you. You see that there are minions everywhere. Your presence has yet to be noticed, but because you're only there for 6 seconds, you see a large army of these demon-like characters almost organized in an organized fashion. You see the clouds have a pink, purplish hue to them. And you're like, what the hell? And now it's Stag's turn.
Stag is gonna see Booter gone. Only love is real. Only love is real. And I'll keep repeating that as I cast Dissonant Whispers at a 5th level. It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. DC 17.
He got a 10 on that one.
Okay, he is going to take 31 psychic damage.
Alright.
Needs to make a con save of a DC 15 to hold banishment. Yeah, Constitution save.
Well, how much damage did he take?
He took 31. So half that would be 15.
Describe your kill.
Well, Dissonant Whispers, he would have to use his reaction to run away. So as I whisper into him, his ears start to twitch a little, and as he gets ready to turn and run, he just crumbles and collapses on the ground.
Nice.
Booterbot, you see out of the corner of your eye, you see what looks like... Give me a perception check. You see what looks like to be a familiar-looking character of Aranis.
Aranis.
And welcome back, Jake.
Brock?
And just like that, you
Where the fuck you
reappear.
come
Just
from?
in time to be like, Aaron!
You reappear. That's what I said. If you want to play, you play. Brock is here. Let me get his character. The door swings open. You guys have defeat the character in this room. The door...
I'm unbanished now, right?
Yeah, you're unbanished. You reappear. You see a realm. We'll get back to that. Trust me. You saw demons surrounded, but when you were banished there. Brock, you're here.
I'm here.
You guys just fought. You're in the second of. There's one more room. We should play it in the White Skull Sanctum. What do you guys?
We have to move through quickly.
All right, let's go. Double move time.
Double move, baby. This room has a white floor.
I don't even have a mouse plugged in.
Yeah, dude, mouse, he's
Um,
gonna talk.
You're a druid, so I just...
I remember that, and a very fucked up druid.
Sexy little druid.
Oh, thank you for this.
If you're
Skull
into the
statue.
Underdark kind of thing.
I'm into that. That levitating skull is no longer, or head is no longer with us, right?
It was left behind, but is there a new skull statue in here that I can animate?
That's hilarious. As you enter this room, let me read you the description here. You see that there's an altar right in front. I don't have it here, but I'll just draw it. Right in front of this floating skull. This skull, it looks like, through a group perception. Actually, you know what? Sprock, give me a perception check.
Rolling, stand by. Loading. Gonna be faster for me to grab a die. 11 plus probably like 19 or something that I have. What's my perception? It's 12 plus 12. So 23.
The room you have entered has a white floor made out of marble. The skull in front of you does not seem to be that magical skull that you guys, the small magical skulls that you were looking for, but rather a larger one, sort of like a statue or something that the priests have been an icon. The walls, as you look around, are weeping blood. from carved faces of lovers torn apart. So you see dwarves and predominantly Loxodon being ripped apart from one another by, I guess you could say, demons, and there's blood weeping down the lovers' faces. Silver threads connect the skull to the floor, pulsing like veins as you enter the statue of the White Skulls. The room in the temple, I guess. This is the main room where the
I'm going to turn to the group
Loxodons
and
come.
say, have you guys ever seen Blade?
Yes.
I'm
What
pretty sure
is
this is where we get in a
blade?
circle and then we put the Daywalker in the middle.
Is that what we call Booter? A Daywalker?
I thought
I thought
Brock
it
was the
the
Daywalker.
cleric.
What? It's not the half Mind Flare?
Probably. Sorry, did I cut you off?
No.
What would you guys like to do?
So wait, let me just be clear. There's a bunch of bleeding figures from their eyes all around the room.
Yeah, you're in a temple for celebrating the White Skull. You are looking for.
If this is the White Skull, man, what the hell do you have planned for the Black Skull?
Yeah, well, you're looking for where the White Skull is or information, just to
But
catch
it's
you up.
not the crystal skull in the middle of the room.
Does not appear to you to be the small crystal skull that you were looking for.
I'll tuck it away.
I'm slowly gonna start walking along this wall, looking at the bleeding faces right in the eyes and trying to get like some perception going on here.
You hear a whisper from the wall, Jake, and it says, "Will you bleed for another?" The whisper almost seems to be emanating from the skull itself, or maybe one of those lovers being torn.
Oh. Alright, who's getting in the center and cutting their hand open?
Well, Stag is walking up towards the skull in the center, just observing it to see if it changes as Sprock moves around.
Do you recall we tried this in the last room?
I didn't say I was cutting myself.
Don't get me wrong.
I agree, but
Little
Are there
slight
any
never hurt
markings?
anyone.
are there any markings on the skull?
Give me a perception check. Investigation check.
13.
The skull, there are no markings on the skull, but in the background you can see a carved face of one of the Loxodon weeping blood that flows towards the party, not away.
You see the statue I'm standing at in the corner?
Yeah,
I'm looking up at it, and I'm gonna say, where the hell did you fuckers come from? I'm gonna keep wandering.
everyone in the room make me a dex save.
All these fucking dex saves, man. You're making me want to roll a rogue. Hey, I got a 20.
2.
21.
5.
Bob and Sprock, you take 9 piercing damage each, and you're restrained as black spikes pierce the
Damn.
floor through the marble floor, and back down.
Can I
The-
levitate above these spikes as I see them come in?
No reaction. You can levitate now, but you'll take that damage. We should multiply your damage out. And he says, "Will you bleed with me? Will you?"
I mean, I'm bleeding
with
now,
me
right?
For another?
Like, I'm bleeding now, right? Because I was pierced.
Well, you are bleeding, yes.
So I'm gonna like take some of the blood and I'm gonna go over to the skull. See if that does anything with my blood. Maybe I'm gonna leave it on the skull.
Just as you do that, Jake, you've played games before. The skull shows everyone in the room an image of allies betraying them. It shows if anyone has a memory that we've had that you guys would like to share, or I can come up with it.
Stag will have a memory of his brother taking the collection hat and running away.
I have a memory of us all being in a bar together, and then one person standing up and hitting someone and then tying them up.
Yeah. What was that? There was definitely something with that, Matt.
Bob doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Particular person who's no longer with us that likes to tie people up.
Yeah, but Bob's not a big fan of tying people up. I mean, when necessary, of course, but
Bob, the person that you purchased your balloon from when you took sailing,
yes.
told you that it was the safest balloon that you could purchase to fly, and it turned out not to be true. It feels like betrayal to
Yes.
you. And Booter, your previous life in the Underdark, being a Warforged, they said that you do not have a soul, that you are there to serve your creator. Feels sort of betrayed in a sick sense, as the longer you've played with these characters or adventured with these characters, you're beginning to feel like perhaps that's not quite true. The skull asks, will you betray one another?
No.
Maybe?
Sprock, will you betray your party? Roll me an insight check, Sprock.
16.
You feel as if the party in some way needs to prove faith within itself.
Oh, yeah.
How,
I've always been skeptical of all of these fuckers.
prove faith to one another. Prove faith in the party.
Who would you trust, Balls?
No, I'm just going to turn to everybody else and say, who else will bleed onto this skull?
Stag will sigh and then cut his hand and smear the blood onto it.
Does anything
Well,
happen?
that's one other of
Yeah.
us who is loyal.
I'll do it again. I did it last time, but why not?
Booterbot, I think
No,
some sort
Booterbot
of
doesn't bleed.
lubrication oil just...
That's hilarious. As you do this, I like how Jake comes and now he solves all the puzzles. He whispers, "Trust is the only blade that cuts through betrayal." And now he says, "Love is a chain." The whole room reverberates. Love is a chain.
Do we all
Circle
hold
up,
hands?
hold hands.
Yeah,
The,
hold
the
hand.
the silver threads pulse towards the skull, and more blood seems to flow in that general direction.
Maybe go in a circle around it, holding hands.
Like we're gonna start moving around it?
Yeah,
Might as well.
going in a
Clockwise?
dancing in a circle,
Counterclockwise?
Might as
I
well.
think clockwise.
clockwise.
You guys are your plan is to hold hands and move in a clockwise fashion around this thing.
While bleeding, though. Don't
That
forget
is
the bleeding
correct.
part.
That is correct.
Yes.
And throwing blood everywhere.
Nothing seems to happen. A psychic scream yells out loud, and everyone takes 3d8 psychic damage.
That's your punishment for having to listen to our horrible
yeah.
plan.
Yeah, nine psychic damage. He's gonna say, "Love is not a prison. It's the gift of yourself to another." Bow, chicka, bow, wow, Jake.
Well,
And are we supposed to have sex
Give
with each
me-
other now?
I was gonna say,
Give me,
is
give
this
me
like
a-
nookie on the cookie
Am I?
situation? or something?
Am I supposed to just spit in Bob's mouth?
give me
Booter, I
a,
said the good oil.
give me a religion. Well, you can either give me a religion or a performance.
I'll do
You
religion.
get this clue.
I got a 22, so whatever it is.
Wow.
I got a 21 for religion.
You guys all feel that this thing is sort of asking you what the selfless meaning of love is.
You guys still don't want to do my plan, right?
What was your plan?
Oh, yeah, you weren't even here. Maybe you'll love it.
What,
I
the
was saying-
elephant walk?
Well, okay, so there's two plans now. But plan A was elephant walk, and plan B is I murder you, and then in an act of love, I bring you back to life, resurrecting you.
I still don't like that plan.
No, he
I
says
really don't
no.
like this plan.
Yeah.
Seems pretty risky.
Seems risky.
I don't
Well,
think
it's
you can
not.
do
It's
that
not
to me,
risky.
'cause I'm
I'll
already,
bring you back
half
to life.
dead.
What's the clue again, Spencer?
Self-love.
That yeah, you have to somehow
Demonstrate. selfless
demonstrate state love's selflessness meaning aloud in your own way.
That even though my
Well,
brother betrayed me, I still will always love him and cherish him no matter what. Because he is my brother. No matter who he gets into agreements with, which awful people named Agoth Doomhand he works for, he's still my brother and I'll defend him.
And after that heartfelt plea, I say, and I forgive the hot air balloon salesman who tricked me into a shitty hot air balloon.
And I forgive the people that told me I didn't have a soul because they didn't know any better.
And Jake,
I'm just shaking my head at all.
what is the definition of selflessness?
Selfless love.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess it's death, sacrifice. Who's gonna die for this skull is what I send out.
You're the only one that remembers Lone Star, who died sacrificing himself for the skulls. The blood stops flowing. The altar at this skull opens, revealing a large
Key.
Jake takes the key. And Jake, your key on it says, and on the altar, written in Quilth is the language of the Mind Flayers. It is
Typical mind flare behavior. Just
the key to the tomb of the dead king of Elrond. And on it,
The dead king of Elrond.
yeah, and on the handle, there's an image of a king holding the skull in his tomb. And that's this temple. Just at that moment, as you receive this key, a Loxodon faithful is going to come in and say, "Gentlemen, I was sent here. Sorry to intrude. This temple has a weird way of preaching love's brilliance to one another. I am Andrew Andrulith. There seems to be a package for you that was delivered down at the square. For you, yes. The old hag, we were going to open it and see what was inside, but someone claimed it. A lady named, what was her name? Or
Ebenezer?
Ebenezer told us not to open it and to wait for you. Sort of a mischievous box. No, there aren't really any signs, but it said to the Skull Force. And I believe,
that's me.
well,
Skull Force Ninjas. Let's go. You got what we need? Alright, well, let's go see what this package is, and we'll figure out where to go from here.
It's great.
all right. I'm going to move you guys. You guys leave, and it's very weird temple. The doors that you came in just lead you right outside. There are no other rooms. So you're back at the temple in the square of the town, or right outside the temple, and there's a large gathering of people. There's that light bridge. Webhook is going to tell you, well, you better get back across this bridge before the powers die out. I hope you found what you were looking for inside.
Part of it. Oh, Mr. Weebahook? I've been told that you might know more about all these other skulls, not just the white one.
Well, yes, there are 6. They all are located around Undrevan. They all have their own powers. This white skull landed and it rose with us up into the clouds. I know that there's an opposite dark one out there, probably in the Dark Mountain area region where the undead live. But yes, I know quite a bit about the skulls. Are you looking for a specific question that I can answer for you?
My name is Seth Hartley, or you can refer to me as Stag. These are some of my other companions. We are actually on a quest to find the Skulls of Power to help stop an evil that is plaguing the land. Would you mind if I sought you out again? Maybe had some more time for a conversation before the bridge collapses?
You can call on me at any point in time. I understand that there are those in the realm that have stronger relations to the Skulls of Power. Some of them become sages, some of them become heroes, some of them become villains. Those of you who are drawn to a particular skull, you can always reach us here at the Tuscaton. At the town of Tuscaton. We were one with you.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll cast you Ascending when I would like to meet again, if possible.
He hands you a note with the address of the temple, and he says, "You can always send me a bird."
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Coming to the end of the session, there's a group down here. It's the same one that was with you in town. He's walking towards, he says, right where the old hag is paying her dues for littering here. You know that the great town of Tuscaton does not like littering, so always be prepared for that. But here's your this sort of message or box that was delivered to you. Package.
Oh, fantastic. The celebration for something. Some 100th episode. Who knows? And we'll open up the box.
He sort of walks away. Inside this box, you find...
What's in the box?
It's mud.
It's mud. It's exactly what's in the box.
No, Jake knows what I was saying. Stag cuts a little hole in the side of the box.
The crate is very heavy. Its edges are darkened with soot. And on its lid is a single word burned in jagged strokes. It says, "Remember," on it.
Oh. It's a crate or a
Big square,
big box?
big rectangular box.
Booter, do you mind tearing this open?
Sure. I mean, I don't have lockpicking or a particularly high strength modifier, but sure.
Let's tear it open.
As it opens up, the inside, the air reeks of salt and blood. Straw cradles a severed head. The severed head of Ignis, with her lips sewn shut with a glowing blue thread.
What?
Beside her is a toy, a Skywood toy that Booter and Stag will remember that Zergo had with him. The Zergo the infant.
Yep. Mind flare.
And
Stag is just gonna stare in that shock at this. And roll high and subscribe.
Yeah, that's it.
Until next time. Matt, you'll have to come back into